What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Landbridges, our only battle. Nearly forgot what it was called. It's turn 325. We went over 300 last time, so even though it's kind of annoying if you've got like OCD and stuff like that, yep, we're going into turn 325 here. I don't think too much happened, so I might recap some stuff that happened before if I've forgotten. But Siam has now kicked the Aztecs out of Asia. Japan seems to be struggling. Korea did. Yeah, they've been eliminated fully now. Apart from that, there's not much going on, but you will want to notice a lot of the civs have a lot of units. It's pretty scary. Even India, who's down to just one little city here now, has a giant death robot. So, that's pretty scary. But yeah, everyone is pretty stacked with units. Look at Ethiopia. The Zulu, pretty close as well. I don't know how they haven't taken out the Congo properly yet. That baffles me. France as well, that looks ridiculous. They're only the 5th strongest in the world, but that is pretty scary. Them and Russia did peace out. I think it looked like this last time, but it finished like this as well. Russia's got the biggest army in the world somehow. Again, don't really know where that came from, but it just sort of oh my goodness, look at that from the Jar. That is, didn't see that before. That's pretty brutal. The only really main thing going on, Brazil took quite a bit more off Spain. They're pushing closer, and it looks like they might get some more. The Iroquois and Sioux did nothing, I don't think. And then there's a bit of a fight to take out the Aztecs. I think Australia had this, then now Indonesia has it. And then, yeah, it looks like this is going to fall probably this turn. So I'll see you in another 25. Oh, look at that, another nuke dropped on Brazil. I assume that was Spain. Don't know, maybe. But yeah, I'll see you in another 25 turns. Okay, so we're turn 350, big point in the game. It's been quite a quiet 50 turns, gonna be honest. Not too much has gone down. I think everyone's sort of really strong now, which does help. Sort of gave the game away here. The Ottomans did take out Rome. Brazil at one point had one of the cities, but the Ottomans wrapped it up. Yeah, Brazil took this off Spain in the peace deal. That city anyway, they took the rest in the war, I think. Maybe they peaced out for another one, but yeah, they took pretty much most of this stuff. Somehow, by the way, France has the 5th biggest army in the world. I don't know how, because they should be number 1. Like, look at this, it's ridiculous. Apart from that, the other area, there was a lot of people winning and taking stuff. Indonesia was here, Australia was here, but this is how it looks now. The Inca, the Sioux, that's sort of how it ended up. There was a few weird steps in the middle, but apart from that, I think it's pretty much the same. Yeah, mostly the same. There's still a giant death robot there, which is very cool. A few wars just broke out against Brazil. Don't think they're too bad. Doesn't look like it. But yeah, I'll see you in another 25 turns. We're going to go to 400, then I'll do the results. I think it's getting a bit messed up, actually, the info addict, so we might not get the most accurate winner because we went a bit late, but that's fine. We're going to go to turn 400 anyway, and then that'll be it. This will be the final episode, surprisingly enough. So, yeah, with regards to the next Civ, we've got a little bit of time here. I'll drop a spoiler. Anyone who's watched this far in, not a spoiler, a teaser. I'm going to go for a Europe game next because people want to see Europe again. I'm going to make sure so with Europe games, big complaints are that the civs in Africa on the map and Asia or the Middle East do too well, or out towards Russia. I'm going to wall off bits of those parts of the map so the civs can't get there, so it's basically just Europe, so it's more balanced hopefully. But yeah, there you go. That's what you can expect very soon. So that's a little thank you for watching this far, and I'll see you in 25 more turns. Okay, so first thing, clear up. I said France didn't have the biggest army in the world. I was wrong. The list came up like the next turn. Embarrassed me. Didn't have to tell you, but yeah, they're miles in front actually with someone else. I think it's them and the Sioux, and then everyone else is actually quite far behind at the moment. But it's turn 375 now. Brazil did wrap up with Spain, but now France is fighting them. There's been a few nukes flying, although now they're both pretty good at cleaning them up. The Americas are all the same, really? I think so. Yeah, nothing's really happened there. I think Africa's pretty much the same. Ethiopia made a bit more progress. That's about it down here. There is some random units all over the map. Most of the civs have XCOM squads now, so that's not really a surprise. The Ottomans took the Huns' capital. Look at that city just wrapped around. I wonder if Russia has one more. Oh no, sorry, the Tsar has one more to completely cut it off. But yeah, the Ottomans fighting the Huns. The Ottomans took this off Sweden in a peace deal. There is a flying submarine in that town. Incredible. But yeah, they seem to be cool now, since there's all these Swedish units here. unless they're still at war, but I don't think so. Yeah, that's a peace and the done kind of issue. This might have happened already, but the Ottomans took out Rome. There's something else. Oh, and this had already happened before, but I missed it until afterwards. But Kyoto from Japan fell to the Siamese. Japan is still just about here. But yeah, there's 25 turns to go. We'll do the results. I don't think they'll be the most accurate results because we've probably pushed too far. Probably should have done them at turn 300 and then just gone on for fun. But it's fine. We'll do them at 400. Obviously, I'm on quick speed. So this battle kind of different to the other ones. And obviously it's so balanced as well that even if, like, normally people say keep going, you know, everyone always tries to guilt trip me and says, oh, 100 more turns and there'd be just one winner left. That's clearly not going to be the case in this one. This is probably looking at turn 1000 before that sort of thing happens, which is obviously not going to be possible. It's taken forever as it is. But yeah, 25 more turns and I'll catch you then. Okay, so it's not turn 400, it's pretty close. I went to 400 and it didn't work, so I just went back to the last autosave. I opened the info addicts and everything keeps breaking, so we got to 391. That's the last autosave. Maybe we could have got a few closer, but it's fine. Don't think anything huge happened in the last 9 turns. It doesn't matter anyway. Back of our minds, we'll never know what happened because I didn't watch either, so I just came back and it was at 400. So that's fine, but we've got a winner. Yep, we do. We have probably the most dominant top 10 ever. There's very few civs outside of the top 10 that scored a point. We'll do those as honourable mentions first. I think they might be everyone that's left that isn't in the top 10. No, sorry, I think Spain missed out, and that's it. Spain and Japan are the only people still alive who got points. I should probably review the map first, just what has happened since last time. Brazil and France are still going at it. That's still pretty much the same, though. I think apart from that, the Congo lost... Oh no, they're still here. There's just been spammed with citadels down to 1 tile. That is brutal. Apart from that, I think everything's pretty much... The Siam have taken a bit of a beating, actually, from the Jar. I forgot about that. I don't know who this is. I assume that's the Jar as well. They're now called the Song, so if that pops up in the info addicts, just so you know who it is. The Ottomans somehow took Warsaw. It revolted. It just joined them. They didn't actually fight for it. This is new. No, that was always on the border. No, but yeah, they just got Warsaw for free. And apart from that, I think everything's the same. The Huns are... Yeah, the city's still here. You just can't see it on the minimap. And Arabia was eliminated. I think that happened a while ago and I missed it. But that is everything. Before we go into this top 10. Oh, Mongolia's gone. Again, that probably happened a while ago and I missed it. But they are gone. So what was I going to say? We'll just go through the people that didn't make it. So Spain did not get any points at all. I'll go through the point system in the info addicts. I've done it many times. I'm sure you know what it is. I had to modify it a bit for this one because we went a bit further than normal. Or not further than normal. Further than normal because we're on quick speed. It got a bit messed up. Spain did not score any points. I don't think... India did score 1. So Spain didn't get 1. And Japan didn't get 1. But everyone else that made it to the end did get 1. So 1 point for India. Nice. That means they came 10th on one of the lists. 2 for Siam, who are obviously probably going to be eliminated pretty soon if we keep going. If we had kept going. Indonesia grabbed 5. The Congo got 3. And the Inca got 9. So they were like the best of the rest. But it was really a top 10 after that. So in 10th place, with no further ado, who is it? I'm trying to see this list. The 10th place is sort of in the middle. They are quite far off the other 9. But then sort of well ahead of the Inca. That's Australia. Didn't do too much, just settled. Don't think they actually fought anybody. Took that in a peace deal. So yeah, not much more than that for them. But 10th place, I'll give you the points for reference. They scored 21. So up to 52 points now for 9th, so quite a jump, is Russia. Who had interest. They were very slow at the start, but they came alive at the end. Particularly invading Germany. And yeah, that kind of sucks that Warsaw got taken away. I think they are invading Sweden. It's just, or they are about to. Like turn 392, I think they do invade Sweden. So maybe this is a bit harsh, but that is one of the things. Maybe, but we'll just forget about it, put it in the back of our minds. Up to 8th place, and 1 point ahead of Russia, a whole 1, is Ethiopia. They did really well at the start, and to even be here at this point with the Zulu being so strong is impressive. In fact, they do look stronger. As I've not mentioned the Zulu yet, you'd gather that isn't the case, but at least military they probably are. I think Ethiopia did come second in one category. Yeah, I'm just looking at the list of points. So I assume that was military, I think. So yeah, 9th place for Ethiopia. And then up to 8th place. No, wait, what? Ethiopia's 8th. Oh no, sorry. 8th place for Ethiopia. up to 7th, which is 62 points, so about 9 ahead, is Brazil, surprisingly enough. They just have a huge population, don't they? They sort of took stuff off Spain. But yeah, not too much interesting going on for them either. Got a little city over here in the second Central American strip. But yeah, nothing too huge for them. They're at the end of the tech tree. See all these XCOM squads. Pretty good. So they're on 62 points, up 6 more points to 6th place is the person they're currently fighting. That is France, and they did win the military characteristic by a mile. It's ridiculous. I mean, you can tell they're scared of the Iroquois, right? But yeah, they dominated that category. But yeah, they came 6th overall. They've not done that great, really. Like, they've not actually expanded, apart from little bits into Spain, for a very long time. They've had most of these cities for ages and just stacked units. Coming back to 6th and these huge populations from all the nukes, though, pretty impressive. So France got 68 points, up into 5th place. 11 points ahead on 79 is the Jar. Little bit slow, took a bit too long. They have giant death robots, that counts as a bonus. Obviously you can see I'm not rigging the results. I picked France, they didn't win. For the Jar here, they had an interesting game in Asia. It's nice to see someone that isn't Mongolia winning in this region, and I know Korea wins a lot as well. Not so much for me, but they can do it, for other people at least. Yeah, the Jar doing very well. Looks like they're still expanding into the Siam and the Sioux, so they did awesome. Good to have a new mod thrown in there that does well. Right, who's up next? 4th place, 105 points, a big jump from 79. These are the big four, and it is, don't want to get it wrong, it is the Sioux with 105. They have a huge military, by the way. They could beat the Iroquois head to head, just saying. I don't think it would happen, but they could if they wanted to. But yeah, they have done pretty awesome. This little Central America that they sort of gathered was cool. They finally got the West Coast. They've played a bit of a role in Asia. Yeah, just to generally, again, not too much done from them, but pretty solid, quite far ahead. So up into 3rd place, only 4 points ahead, is the Civ that's probably, all things considered, done the most impressive job, and that is the Ottomans. I mean, this is ridiculous. They got all the way up here to sort of Scandinavia, all the way across to Rome. They have definitely worked the hardest for this. Maybe there should be some bonus points in the future for how difficult it actually is to do what they've done. But the Ottomans came 3rd, probably the most interesting Civ. I had it sort of focused on them most of the time when I was just letting the turns roll by and I was busy doing other stuff. But yeah, the Ottomans in 3rd, and now trying to do maths in my head, 13 points ahead on 122 in 2nd place, and then 1st place got 134. I'll show you who's 1st. There's no point saying 2nd because there's only 2 civs left on the whole map, unless I missed anybody. Sorry if I have. Don't think I have. Oh well, I guess I missed Sweden. They didn't earn any points, did they? But I talked about them. Sorry, Sweden. You also didn't score any points, but you're still here. Because I think they were dead at turn 400, so I don't want to down the mood. It's just I forgot about them. So in 1st place, now should I say, we're on quick speed, so things are different to normal. At turn 300, I think it would have been the other way around, but they had long enough, so the Zulu did win this battle. So I think, no, there's a few happy people. One very angry person that, you know, I'll explain in a second. But yeah, the Zulu won. Pretty good. They took West Africa, not like as dominant as you normally see for the Zulu to win. So I guess that shows you how competitive this game was. Normally they have to like win in Africa to win. And even with this strong Ethiopia, they're still in 1st place. The Iroquois came 2nd. They did pretty well taking Mexico. But yeah, they failed to get into France. That sort of slowed them down. And like I said, the Sioux could take them out in theory. So I guess the Zulu are probably a fair winner. So congratulations to the 4 people that picked them. Konstantinos Adamopoulos. Yeah, it's Os, not Is, hopefully. David Ellison, Cyrap, and Ike Reviews. And obviously a special honourable mention to Con Pope, who said, I'm going to pick the Iroquois. I think the comment was, I believe the Zulu will win, but I'm going to pick the Iroquois anyway. Unlucky. Very unlucky. But you did pick 1 and 2, in theory, just in the wrong order. So I thought I'd give you some credit for that, because that's quite a beautiful situation right there. Hopefully, when I open the info addicts, the game will not explode again. Actually, let's do religion first, just because if not, I'll forget about it at the end. World religions, pretty dominant by the Iroquois with Sikhism, still pretty big for Islam from Arabia and Ethiopia with Eastern Orthodox. Japan have still got Shinto going in Asia. Little pockets of Judaism from Mali and Catholicism from the Inca left. Protestantism was gone a while ago. So let's go to the info addicts. To start off with, we'll start with population. So the score system, if you're brand new here, I know there's a few brand new people for this series in particular. 10 points for first, down to 1 point for 10th. None if you come below that. The only issue with the system is if there's a tie, I don't actually know what order it does it in. So yeah, I just sort of follow this list, even though I know sometimes if there is a complete tie, it might be wrong. But, you know, just every system's got a flaw in it, right? So we've got to just accept that that is one of them. Population, the Zulu led the way, then the Iroquois, Ottomans, the Jar, the Sioux, Brazil, France, Russia, Australia, Ethiopia. As I said, these guys top 10 pretty much for every list. There's a couple of times those other guys that scored 1 point or whatever sneak in. Crop yield, reverse, Iroquois, the Zulu, the Ottomans, the Sioux, the Song, I'll just call them the Song, but it's the Jar, Brazil, France, Ethiopia, Russia, and Australia. Production, the Zulu and the Ottomans finally overtook the Iroquois who led for so long. The Sioux, the Song, Ethiopia, Brazil, France, Russia, Australia. Again, Spain just missing out. Didn't use GMP because that's just gold income. So normally I use gold per turn, but everyone had negative gold per turn, so I didn't use that either because I thought that was unfair to use because it sort of biased towards the small civs. I didn't want it to mess up, like someone like Australia could have got screwed over if I used something that was biased to the small civs, when Australia is getting like 1 point each time, as opposed to someone just getting 10 once. Land area, the Zulu lead the way, then the Iroquois, the Sioux, the Song, the Ottomans, Brazil, Ethiopia, France, Australia, and Russia. Military manpower, there we go, France leading the way, then Ethiopia, the Sioux, and Russia. Would not expect any of those four to be up there, but they were. Then the Zulu, Brazil, Iroquois, Ottomans, Jar, and Australia. Approval, don't use, because everyone has 100%. I think everyone's got positive happiness. Literacy, I mean, yeah, again, we just use, there's a technology one. We didn't use literacy, didn't use tech this time, because quite a few civs had 80, and I didn't know the order, so I thought that was unfair. Social policies, France, the Zulu, we're missing number 1. The Iroquois won that one, then France, the Zulu, the Sioux, so that's where you might see an issue. So France would have got 9, the Zulu 8, the Sioux 7. Could average it, but no, maybe if there's enough outrage, but it's not like the point. If there was a 1 point difference between the winners, then maybe I'd feel bad, but no, there's not. There's all miles gaps, so it's fine. The Ottomans, Russia, Song, Ethiopia, Australia, Brazil. Happiness, Zulu somehow have 221, the Sioux 182, Ethiopia, Ottomans, Brazil, the Jar, Australia, France, Congo, and India sneaking on the list. Technologies, yeah, so here's everyone with 80. That's it, I just didn't do it. I mean, I could have given them all like a point each or something, I don't know. Net gold, here you go, me with 0, everyone else in the negative. There we go, 19 civs remain. There we go. Net gold cities, 1 for Japan and India. Who's leading the way? The Iroquois with 43, the Zulu 40. Bear in mind Mongolia had something like 200 in the last game, so it's not that bad. The Ottomans 37, the Sioux 33, 25 for the Jar, Brazil 21, Ethiopia 20, France 16, Australia 14, Russia 11. Science output, the Iroquois led the way, then the Ottomans, then the Zulu, then the Jar, Sioux, France, Brazil, Russia, Siam, and Indonesia. Culture output, Zulu lead the way, Iroquois, then the Sioux, Ottomans, Jar, France, Brazil, Russia, Ethiopia, Australia. I think the Iroquois generally lost because they just didn't show up on one list at all. I don't know which one. I think it was the happiness list. That was 10 points. They lost. The Zulu won. And if they'd have got that, they would have been 2 points off. It would have been a lot closer. And I guess, obviously, they'd have to have improved elsewhere. But they were very close. Wonders, the Iroquois lead the way. Then the Zulu, Ottomans, Russia, Inca, France, Brazil, Jar, and the Sioux, and Australia. Keep saying "and" too many times. Treasury doesn't really matter, most of them are on 0. And it also has all the dead civs in here, so that doesn't help either. Total faith, again, doesn't matter, we didn't use it. Didn't use faith gain. No, I did use faith gain, sorry, I didn't use total faith. Treasury, faith gain, Iroquois, Ethiopia, Sioux, Zulu, Ottomans, Song, Indonesia, Inca, France, Australia, that's where some of the other ones got in. Influential, Iroquois, Zulu, Sioux, Russia, France, Ottomans, Brazil, Song, Australia, Ethiopia. Great works, the Ottomans, Zulu, Song, Sioux, Russia, Iroquois, Brazil, France, Ethiopia, and the Congo. Most trade routes, didn't use this one because lots of 8s. Tourism, the Zulu, Ottomans, Iroquois, Sioux, Brazil, Russia, Jar, France, Ethiopia, Australia. But that's going to be it for this AI-only series. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It seems like it brought in some new people, which is really cool. We're going to be going with this new style from the beginning now. So the first episode of whatever series is next will be turns 0 to 200. then 200 to 300, then 300 to 400. It wasn't going to be a set day, it was going to be Saturdays. Now it's just going to be whenever. Like, it will come up. Basically, I'm going to go with quite a free schedule to it. So the next episode of an AI only in Civ will be a Civ 5 Europe game 1 week from today. So you'll get turns 0 to 200. I'm going to be mountaining off sort of the North Africa part of the Europe map and the Asia part, because that is usually the civs that win when we're trying to focus on Europe. And I've said 60 civs, it probably won't be. It might be, but it probably won't. It'll probably just be 43 to keep a track of things. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like down below. Be sure to leave a comment as well. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.